Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you want to get a huge credit limit increase as fast as possible, then keep watching. I'm going to show you the best ways to quickly and easily increase your credit limit. There are many strategies on how to increase your credit limit, and we'll get to those in a moment. But first, let's go through some of the benefits and things to keep in mind that you might not be aware of before increasing your credit limit. This is much more important and usually take more time than when you're already applying for an increase. So the benefits of having an increased credit limit are clear. You can have way more flexibility when trying to make larger purchases, which can bring you great cash back if your credit card has nice rewards. At the end, it can also improve your credit score significantly with a higher credit limit because it will help lower your credit utilization ratio. Remember that your credit utilization plays an important factor in your credit score, and the general rule of thumb for good credit utilization is to use 30% or less of your limit on each card and overall. For example, if your credit card limit is at $1,000 and you spend $600 on that card, then your credit utilization is now at 60%. Now, if you were to increase your credit card limit to $2,000 and you still spend the same amount of money on that card, then your new credit utilization rate is only 30%, which is the maximum that we need to keep our credit score high. So low utilization is managed well by not overspending, while high utilization suggests the opposite, which is a landing risk. But if overspending is a problem for you already, it probably will not be solved by a higher credit limit since more responsibility is involved. And before you increase a credit limit, it's important to know that when asking for more credit, it's possible to get a hard inquiry on your credit report. So before credit card issuers can decide on your line of credit increase, they often inquire and assess your existing credit. And credit inquiries can either hurt your credit by using a hard inquiry or leave it unaffected by using a soft inquiry. Hard inquiry usually occurs when someone applies for a loan, a credit card, or a credit line increase. And too many of these inquiries in a short period can cause a credit score to be reduced by a few points. But credit lenders don't always do a hard inquiry when there is a request for credit line increase. So contact your issuer either by phone or online to find out whether it does for you. So if the credit limit inquiry is going to be done by a hard inquiry, then your credit score is going to drop a few points only in the short run. But in the long run, your credit utilization rate is going to drop, and you can get more of those credit card rewards for more spending, which means credit score will eventually increase. So now let's talk about the right time to ask for a credit limit increase. Basically, your income, expenses, and debt are taken into account to check your ability to pay. So it's great if you recently gotten a raise. An increase in income means you'll be able to cover an increase in credit card expenses. And depending on the credit card company and the amount of credit you have, you may need to provide proof of your new income to get approved for a higher credit limit. I personally usually ask for a credit limit increase 6 months after the last one was approved and then go from there. Also, you need to keep up with good credit score. To the lenders, that means you're responsible with borrowed money and more likely to make payments on time. So your payment history or credit score from TransUnion, Equifax, or Experian plays an important role. So if you have a limited credit history, it's harder for credit card issuers to evaluate you. As a result, they might be more cautious and set a low initial credit limit until you can prove that you'll be able to manage your credit responsibly. And don't forget about credit utilization. Lenders may look at your credit usage and they are less likely to offer a higher credit limit if you're using up your credit cards by a maximum or just more than 30%. It's just too risky for them. So by watching over your spending, it can help protect your credit score and potentially make you eligible for a higher credit limit. But there is another side to this. Credit card companies can interpret low credit usage as if you do not use your cards enough for them to justify a higher limit. So I think it just takes a good skill of balancing everything. Don't have a low credit utilization rate and don't go higher than 30%. Coming from my own experience, in November 2021, I got approved for a big credit increase for one of my cards when I had a credit usage between 8% to 13%. This is just to give you an idea or life experience of mine. Now, since you know more about credit limit increase, let's talk about the 3 options for performing a credit limit increase. Generally, you can quickly request a credit limit increase by signing into your online bank or credit account from a browser. I haven't seen this being available through my app account on my phone. And then click the menu options. The menu should have an option on it like credit limit increase or credit line increase, something like that. That will lead you to providing some personal financial information that the lender will use to evaluate if a credit limit increase should be approved for you. You may have to share updated information about your income and expenses, and they may ask how much additional credit you're seeking. So you'll want to have that number in mind before applying. You can also call your credit card's customer service number located on the back of your card and request a credit limit increase over the phone. Just like when applying online, you'll need to provide some basic information about your finances. And doing it all online is much easier because you don't have to explain your situation, and it honestly feels like an interview for me. So it can be even easier if a lender will approach you about a potential credit limit increase without you having to request one. So some companies give card holders an automatic credit limit increase when they've had the card for a while and have been using it responsibly. So keep your eye out on an email or online account message asking you if you would be interested in additional credit, and you may even receive a pre-approved offer without having to apply or provide your current financial information. If you can't be approved for a credit limit increase on your current credit cards, but you still want to increase your overall credit, you can also apply for a new card. If you've been good about making your on-time payments with the lines of credit you already have and your credit is in a good shape, you could be approved for a new credit card with a higher limit. Even if the limit on the new card isn't higher than the current one, it still increases your overall available credit. So as with most financial decisions, if you're thinking about asking for a credit line increase, it's important to weigh the costs against the rewards. So if you have a good credit and you're a responsible spender, extending your credit limit shouldn't be a problem, and it might be even beneficial to your finances. That's all for now. I would love to hear your thoughts on this video or any questions you may have on credit limit increase down in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. You can support me by hitting the like button and subscribing to this channel. We will see you in the next one.